On this unprecedented episode of the Fine Dining Podcast.
A poor person downing a pancake is not the same as a wealthy.
Yeah, that's true. If I could meet one person, alive or dead, it would be Jonathan Davis from Korn.
My first kiss was during Shrek.
What?
Hello, and welcome to the Fine Dining Podcast, the search for the most mediocre restaurant in America. I'm your host, Michael Ornelas, and I look like Shrek. And I'm not thrilled about it, but I lost a bet in my last episode. I had a little bit too much hubris that I knew all of the scores of the restaurants on the tchotchke of mediocrity. So I'm going to push through. You can see this abomination on YouTube or on my social media. But I had to go to the original Pancake House, dressed fully in Shrek makeup. And I brought along a guest who, before this meal, I have maybe interacted with 6 minutes in my life in person, tops. Chad Opitz.
Hello.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I feel bad that I'm not dressed like Donkey.
I actually had it in the back of my mind as a possibility. I was like, he might surprise me. And
do you have a donkey suit that
he
you
would
could,
make a great Fiona.
Yeah, well, come on, man.
But you bared traffic. You bared... I don't know. Were you embarrassed by...
No,
not at
all.
It's
people
the city,
loved you, by the way. Nobody was like put off by it. People were like, oh, let's get a picture with him.
I did try to own it.
Shrek is a beloved figure. We might have gotten better treatment at the establishment because of it, actually.
For those of you watching or listening to this podcast for the first time, this is the search for the most mediocre restaurant in America, that perfect 5.00 dining experience out of 10. And I'm doing this because, you know, people say something's good, something's bad, but like, where does it become one or the other? There's a threshold in the middle that needs to be defined. And I'm there to find it so that we can properly speak the language of comparing restaurants. Currently, it's Applebee's. But yeah, this is part one of a two-part episode. We're going to learn about the history of this restaurant, and we're going to read some Yelp reviews. So you ready to jump on in?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Go in the swamp.
Your table is ready, follow me. Have you tried our chicken breast? Serving pancakes and ribs, I recommend the spaghetti. We're here to satisfy, not to impress. Your table is ready, complimentary butter and bread. These walls have road signs, knick-knack, cowboy hat, good luck cat, autograph guitar, some crap from your city. Behold the tchotchke of mediocrity. Fine dining, just fine dining, fine dining. 2 letters on the sign are shining. Neon flickering, irregular timing. Identify the perfect 5 out of 10. Fine dining. Fine dining.
Well, Chad, we're going to talk about what we thought about the restaurant next week. But I feel like before we can do that, we need to set the table and kind of look into the background of this franchise and kind of learn where it came from to get to a place that a man dressed as Shrek would be interested in going there to review it.
Okay.
So would you be interested in hearing the history?
The origins of the original Pancake House? Of course I would.
All right. We're going to jump into this week's Eat Deets.
Eatery details.
The original Pancake House was founded in Portland, Oregon in 1953 by Les Hyatt and Irma Hueneke. I can't read. By 1958, one of the earliest franchised locations emerged in Anaheim, California. Like that it emerged.
Yeah, it just popped out of the ground.
Just came into being. The chain expanded into Canada in 1959 with a location in Winnipeg, Manitoba. So they literally became an international house of pancakes 6 years into their run.
It spurted, then it expanded.
But they don't claim to be the IHOP. That is somebody else.
Okay.
Old-fashioned sourdough yeast is used in all of their pancake batters.
Okay.
Grown in their kitchen from a culture of potatoes, flour, and sugar. Many of their recipes are sent in from people with many different cultures and nationalities, which inspires them to create authentic and diverse dishes.
Wait, so they're always asking for
different
send in
types
our
of-
recipes.
Like, who's got a pancakey thing?
What did your grandma make?
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Basically.
They did have a wide variety of options, which was pretty great.
They really did name drop the specific cultures. Like they had a Swedish pancake, a German pancake, a Dutch baby. You know, they had options.
Whole bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah. They did not have they should have had some sort of a Nicaraguan, nothing like that though. It's unfortunate. Peruvian.
Well, they
one.
had potato pancakes, which I do tend to, I guess, affiliate as a little bit more of a South American thing.
Do they really?
I don't know.
I think Ireland or something like that.
I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm incorrect. It's just my brain.
Maybe I'm uncultured as hell.
Yeah. And then they had the corn pancake as well.
Corn cakes. Mm-hmm.
Corn cakes.
Which I expected to be more like corn flakes. But nope.
No,
they literally just had pieces of corn in them, didn't they?
Yeah. The band Corn played in the
Oh
corner.
my God,
when
Jonathan Davis just popped up and with his H.R. Geiger mic.
I'm sorry, is there a dreadlock in my pancake?
Yeah, dude. I worked with somebody in Washington at a video store who was like, if I could meet one person alive or dead, it would be Jonathan Davis from Korn. She was obsessed with Korn.
That can't be a real opinion that a person had.
It was, and I couldn't believe it either. I was like, that's the one person. Jonathan Davis from Korn.
He's top 4. But
I don't know about that one, buddy. Whoa, Shrek has some hot opinions about corn.
Woo. Among their famed dishes are the apple pancake,
which you got,
which I got, the Dutch baby, the German pancake, and omelets. Which they put pancakes in the name of their restaurant, but they do breakfast just all around.
All of them.
They do breakfast.
Yep.
With over 100 franchised locations across the United States from Seattle to Honolulu, the chain has a widespread presence.
So, how do we know which one's the original? They call them all that.
They literally all say it, and they all have their own website domain.
Yeah.
There is no central hub for the original Pancake House. Each location has its own URL.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So there's 100 different websites dedicated. That's crazy.
It is.
That's very weird. Why do they do that?
SEO?
That's bizarre.
I don't know.
I don't understand
when
technology.
There's 100 websites. But yeah, it really you create digital competition for yourself by
doesn't
yourself.
Make any sense.
The Hyde Park, Chicago location garnered fame as Chicago Mayor Richard M. Daley's preferred breakfast joint, hosting interviews with prominent personalities like anchorman Walter Jacobson.
Holy Lord, who's that? That's a weird pick. I don't know anyone who would know who that is, I don't think. I'm saying he's not famous right now.
Look directly into that mic.
He's not famous. I don't know who that is. I don't think anyone knows who that is.
I don't think he ever existed.
No, it doesn't matter.
Not real.
He's not Shrek.
Shrek is established the only famous.
Dude, you were treated like a king there at the original Pancake House. They did it up for Shrek.
We'll get all into that next week when we talk about atmosphere, but they rolled out the
green carpet.
I was going to say the Royal Swamp. The Anaheim, California franchise, dating back to the early days, remains under the ownership of the family of employees from the original Portland location.
Really?
Yeah.
Because, there's a very heavy stripper culture there. I wonder if they got a strip pole in there. It's wild as hell in the Portland Pancake House.
Yeah. You order a Dutch baby and they bring it out in tassels.
There's going to be a stripper dressed like Shrek for sure, which I would be into.
Genuinely, I would hate that. I would hate that so much.
What about that Shrek rave? Did you hear about that?
No.
Oh, there was a Shrek rave. And I
don't
knew
know
somebody
if anyone
who went.
Can tell, but I just emoted. I tried to scrunch my face, but I have so much prosthetic makeup on that I genuinely don't know if I'm emoting.
Dude, I know someone who went, and he was like, it was pretty cool, but there was no Shrek-based music. It's like, I don't think there's any Shrek. That's about it, though.
Yeah.
How are you going to fill up 2 hours of club time with? I guess you could just do a remix of that song over and over.
There's literally an album. There's a guy named Neil Cicierega who does...
Oh, yeah, I know him. He's great.
He has an entire album called Mouth Sounds.
Yeah.
And it's he sampled All-Star through...
See, they needed to take that time and energy
to
create music for the Shrek. They did not do that.
No.
You took more time into what you're doing today than they
Then
did
they put
for the Shrek
curating
rave.
their Shrek
Yep.
rave. And it's just like, just throw in a couple Eddie Murphy sound bits and call it a day.
I appreciate the dedication to the Shrek stuff here.
I have to like type my password into my phone every time it falls asleep to get back into these Eat Deeps because it doesn't recognize my face.
Oh, yeah.
There's no
That
facial
would be.
recognition.
I'm glad it's doing that though. That's how you know it's.
I know
a
that
solid
it's secure.
security.
It's like, that ain't you. And I was like, look behind the eyes.
Yeah,
I'm still alive
look
in
into
here.
my soul.
I'm not dead. In 1999, the original Pancake House in Portland earned a James Beard Foundation Award as an American classic.
Whoa. Okay, James. Who's James Beard though? Was
Look
he
into
in
that camera and tell him how famous he's not.
James Beard is not famous unless he's a member of ZZ Top. Then I'm wrong. He might be, but if he's not, then who
How many people do you know? How many people do you know?
I know about 30 to 32 people.
And how many people do you know of?
Of 5 or 6. James Beard ain't one of them.
You know of fewer people than you know personally.
I know RoboCop. I know Beverly Hills Cop.
I know
Weird amount
Beverly
of
Hills
cops
Ninja.
in yeah, that's another good one.
Yeah.
Of course we do.
We've gotten so far away from this
Whatever.
restaurant. Expanding globally, in May 2013, OPH opened its inaugural overseas branch in Seoul, South Korea.
Whoa. So they are international.
They were internet. Does Canada not count to you?
No. Come on.
Just a month later, in June 2013, it extended its reach to Kichijoji, Tokyo. In Japan.
Wow.
I speak Scottish. I don't know.
Yeah.
Kichijoji.
Yeah, there was none of that in the original Shrek.
Was that a close?
Kichijoji.
Kichijoji, Tokyo in Japan.
No.
For fans of bacon, they have bacon pancakes and bacon waffles. The bacon pancakes are buttermilk pancakes filled with real bits of bacon, served with whipped butter and hot syrup, while the bacon waffle is a golden brown waffle baked with real bits of bacon, served with whipped cream and hot syrup.
The bacon was exceptional, too.
Yeah. I'm like...
That was Footloose bacon. That was not like Hollow Man bacon. It was the good bacon.
Oh, that like my brain went through like 3 steps of getting that because it was like, oh yeah, Footloose is just a better movie than Hollow Man.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, but Bacon, because Kevin Bacon is an actor that was in both of those movies. You took me on a ride.
That was a thinker.
That joke had layers.
That's right.
Like onions, like ogres.
6 layers of Kevin Bacon.
You've seen Shrek, right?
I have, I was very excited to have a Shrekfast today.
Shrekfast today. Shrekfast today.
Oh! Chad, what have you done?
Oh my God. That
You
was
set
alarming.
You set off the secret word. You've sent us to the secret menu.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The secret menu, a new addition to the Fine Dining Podcast.
Ooh.
It is a mini game.
I love a mini game.
You want to learn about this mini game?
I would love to
that
learn.
you definitely didn't prepare for in advance?
Absolutely not.
I'm going to give you a topic that has to do with today's dining experience, and you're going to give me or slingshot back and forth with me as many jokes that fit that topic as possible.
Okay.
There is no winner between you and I. However, you, in the comments section, you comment your own entry to the category I'm about to mention, and I'll read out my favorite one on a future show. And if it's you, I'll send you a Fine Dining t-shirt. That's
huge.
fun, right?
That's amazing.
And the winner from the previous episode for PF Chang's is at Scott Bennett 6671 with his tasty tourist trap, Big Ben Yay. I was trying to think of one for Big Ben and I couldn't, so kudos to you. Go ahead and DM me on Instagram at Fine Dining Podcast or email me finediningpodcast@gmail.com and I will send you a Fine Dining t-shirt. Everyone else, thanks for playing. And this is across all platforms, TikTok, Instagram, wherever you see this game clipped, you can play. And good luck with this episode's secret menu game. This week's secret menu topic is breakfast cinema. That's like Rudy, Tooty, Fresh and Fruity,
Ooh,
or The Theory of Everything Bagel.
that's good.
You ready?
Yes.
We're going to put 1 minute on the clock.
We didn't plan this at all. We didn't
plan
write
this at
these
all.
on notepads.
I'll let you start. We're going to get going in 3, 2, 1, go.
Bacon Air.
The Little Marmalade.
Ooh, I like that one. Night of the Crepes.
Killers of the Flower Moons Over My Hammy.
Ooh, that one's really good. Omelette the Right One In.
I love that movie.
It's great.
Shrek's Benedict.
Ooh, okay. The Mask of Chorizoro. That's maybe my favorite one.
Harry Potter and the Half and Half Blood Prince.
Oh, my Lord. That one's so good.
Thank you.
To Skillet a Mockingbird.
Frittata Tui.
Ooh, okay. Hollandaised and Confused.
True Grits.
Cradle to the Gravy.
Ben Yaby Driver.
God, this is so stupid. Space Jelly. Not jam. Jelly.
The Brave Little Toaster Strudel.
That's good. Okay. The Sausage of Innocence. That one sucks. That one sucks. Sausage of Innocence.
Continental Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Oh, that one's good. God, that one's so good. Man, okay. So pick your favorite. Pick your favorite.
Who won? Let us know in the comments and submit your own. And if I like yours best, I'll send you a t-shirt. So
I can't believe I didn't think of Continental Breakfast at Tiffany's.
It was right there.
Right there.
It was there
dude.
for the taking. All right. Well, I guess we'll go back to reading the history now that we're done with the secret menu. They also have a dish called 3 Little Pigs in a Blanket.
Who do?
The
International or the original Pancake House?
So basically they had an entry into our game.
They did. Oh my God.
Which has 3 sausage links wrapped in buttermilk pancakes dusted with powdered sugar. Sounds delicious.
It really does.
Yeah.
There's so much of that menu that we didn't get to explore.
This is like a place where like you have to go to multiple times to get like a full lay of the land. You know, we had a table of 4, so we were able to sample a little bit more than if you and I had just gone on our own. But
True.
like, I feel
There's
like
plenty of options, especially in the pancake realm.
We tip of the iceberged it.
Yep.
Yeah. Many of the franchises across the country have won numerous awards. Some of these accolades include recognition from Restaurant Guru, The Best of Las Vegas, USA Today, the Food Network, and many more.
And shockingly, Best Actor at the 1998 Academy
Globes.
Awards. It was kind of a weird pick.
Yeah.
But I remember when the original Pancake House came up to give its acceptance speech, I was like, wow, what a bizarre choice.
Yeah, I know. The fact that they like made it all about Native Americans.
Pretty progressive for that time, too.
Not the stance they took.
Original Pancake House. For shame.
The original Pancake House has teamed up in recent years with Deneen Pottery, a company which specializes in crafting high-quality customizable mugs to create a line of original Pancake House
Those were
mugs.
cool, too. I noticed it for sure.
Yeah, I got a hot chocolate, and it was in that mug, and I wanted to buy one, but I was so... This is very just mind-consuming. Like, I didn't have like a default relaxation, get to sit here and enjoy it at all mode. And it was just, my nose is itching. Yeah. I have paint on my... Like, everything I touch, I feel like I'm getting paint on right now.
So you're going to get paint on that beautiful mug, and you don't want to do that.
I don't want to do it.
You want a clean, pristine mug from the original Pancake House. They were beautiful.
But it's such a drive now if I want to go back and get one of those mugs.
That's true. Is that the closest one, too?
There's one that's from this apartment, the exact same amount of miles in Redondo Beach.
Redondo.
And I think the Anaheim one, I believe, is still there.
All right. So there's a few options.
There's a few options.
That's a Shrek for
None
sure.
of them are close.
That's a Shrek.
Can we cut the lights?
Sorry.
Oh, that face was incredible. For folks with dietary restrictions, the original Pancake House offers gluten-free and vegan pancakes.
And they also offer a bucket to vomit in. I thought that was very giving of them.
I did too. And I gave them a little tip.
I thought that was very nice of them.
Put a little tip in the bucket. For anyone who ignores dietary restrictions, they have Nutella stuffed pancakes.
Ooh.
Which, upon first reading, I thought it said Nutter Butter stuffed pancakes, which actually sounded less crazy than what I still ate.
Yeah, yours was nuts, dude.
I had an insane concoction.
Well, you even I remember you saying 1,850 calories. Holy, like that was a.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
we saw it, and I was like, it looks like more than that. It looked huge, dude. It was a big meal.
Conservatively, 1,800
Easily
calories.
could it be split with 2 people? Easily, possibly 3 people.
I
could
think
eat
a
that.
soccer team that like
Yeah.
did good and got to go out after the game, they would share one of these.
The waitress said it's basically like a pie,
Yes.
which was not a lie.
It was accurate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pie, isn't it? Well, we're recording this on Pie Day.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Sorry,
And it'll be out 2.5
Yeah.
months from now.
but disregard.
Never mention the date. I don't want. How dare
You're
you?
like, don't talk about current events. You know the future, bring
Talk
it up.
about future
Yeah,
events.
like, I don't know. Sorry.
What's going to be going on in May?
Yeah, well, my birthday.
Is it?
Yeah, my
What day?
birthday is May 18th.
That was
It's out around
my
then.
very first dog's birthday.
May 18th?
May 18th.
Oh, wow. It's a Taurus dog.
Chad and Cuddles.
Chad and Cuddles.
Chad and
Oh,
Cuddles.
man, that just goes together so well.
Yeah. You do seem like a cuddly guy. I'm not going to ask to cuddle you, but
That's fine. That's okay. You're missing out, but that's okay. Do it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Shrek.
Shrek. I cuddled with Shrek.
oh God, I forgot I looked like this for a second. You managed to distract
what my
me enough
cuddles
to
do.
forget this.
That's pretty powerful cuddle right there. Damn, I'm good.
Most locations offer seasonal pancakes, such as
Mm.
pumpkin spice pancakes in the autumn or cinnamon apple in the winter. The pancakes can vary in calorie counts depending on the flavor and size. On average, a stack of pancakes contains around 500 to 800 calories.
Mm-hmm.
That feels lowballing.
And also, didn't they come in 6? Like it was
Yes,
6
so if you
pancakes per
order-
order?
Not
That's
from the
a lot.
specialty pancakes, but just from the normal pancake
Yeah.
menu, you get 6, and
Wow.
you can subtract $1 if you would like only 3.
What a value.
It's
Like half the amount for $1
Well,
less. But it
what's-
makes sense because like that's a shitload of pancakes.
it's
man.
hilarious to me because
Woo.
most restaurants will be like upcharging you,
Yeah.
and they were trying to downsell you. They were like, "Look,
Yeah.
we're going to overload you for just $1
For
less.
a buck, yeah, exactly.
We can
for
not
only
do
$1
that."
less.
While many flavors may contain added sugars, OPH also offers options without them, so you can add healthy toppings like fresh fruits to plain
Ooh.
pancakes.
It's a good option. I love a blueberry.
Most dishes on the menu allow for substitutions, so you can trade whipped cream and syrup for berries, nuts, yogurt. You can also ask for a whole wheat or multigrain batter for
Whoa.
added nutritional value.
Damn. Well, I didn't even see that advertised.
Yeah, it might be like a secret menu thing where you just like, if
Yeah.
you know, you know.
Uh-huh.
I feel so weird just having just like an earnest conversation as Shrek. Like,
Well, you were telling at breakfast, he's dressed as Shrek and he's telling like a sad family story. And I was like, this is so, it's hard to take, because it was a sad story. And then but he's dressed as Shrek. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't, he's doing okay. He's dressed as Shrek.
Shrek's just
he's
trying
doing
his
fine.
best.
He's doing all right. He can't be that sad when he's dressed as Shrek. It made me want, I should
I
get
mask
gotten,
to hide the pain.
Yeah.
Literally mask.
I should have gotten dressed as like Puss in Boots and told my sad family story.
That's all I have for the history of the original Pancake House, but I want to actually go into the history of pancakes themselves.
Go for it.
Around 500 BCE, Athenian poet Cratinus penned the earliest known reference to pancakes, describing them as a flat cake, hot and shedding morning dew.
They were created at BC time?
Yeah.
By Cratinus?
They were referenced in a poem by
Wow.
a poet around 500 BC.
I want to see this in the next Bill and Ted movie where they go back in time and get Cratinus. And like,
Cook up some cakes, bro.
Let me tell you about
Bro, Cratinus is
his name even sounds like something they'd say.
these. It really does.
Cratinus, dude. Whoa. Making up them cakes, bro.
In the late 2nd century, Greek physician Galen provided a recipe in his work similar to today's Russian blinis or Canadian griddle cakes, made with olive oil and enjoyed with honey.
That sounds good.
All of these sound good.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. Between 500 and 300 BC, millet pancakes were discovered in excavations at the Subexi cemeteries in what is now Xinjiang, China, contemporaneous with Cratinus's time.
I love the idea of like excavations, like it's Jurassic Park.
And it's just like a George Foreman
We found
waffle
it,
maker.
and there's like a pancake.
Yeah.
Like we did it with the earliest pancake of the era. Oh, man.
And then you've got like a smart ass kid be like, I'm not afraid of no pancake.
Yeah, and like, you're getting a talking to.
Slices them with
you have some respect for this.
Yeah.
For this cake.
The term pancake emerged during the medieval era, derived from Middle English pancake or pancake with a K, as documented by the Oxford English Dictionary. Did you ever play like Guitar Hero and Rock Band? My Rock Band name was always Pancake. So.
Damn, so this is all coming full circle if it's involving your Guitar Hero Rock Band stuff.
It's coming full circle, intentional.
Oh, no, but come on. I should have lied. Said, yeah.
Like, I thought you were just like breezing past it like, he'll pick up on it.
Nah, I'm not that smart, dude. Anything I say is funny is kind of an accident.
And then you decided to make a career about that.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's silly of me.
In the 15th century, Thomas Austin's 2 15th century cookery books offered instructions on making pancakes poured into a pan over the fire. That's just true.
Cookery books.
Cookery books.
They whittled it down to cookbook.
We made an improvement.
Yeah, save some time.
In 1750, William Ellis's cookbook praised pancakes as a cheap and practical dish for farmers utilizing readily available ingredients. During the Prussian siege of Paris in 1870-1871, crepes, a much thinner, lighter cousin of the pancake, became a staple for the lower classes when flour became scarce.
I call them Ozempic cakes. That's a crepe. It's an Ozempic cake.
You want Ozempic?
No.
I know.
People have asked me, though, because I've lost a lot of weight recently. Like, does it? And I'm like, no, dude.
It's just the martial arts.
Just
you do martial arts, right?
Well,
I know like, that you post a lot of kicks.
But I honestly don't like exercising. I'd rather go to the Pancake House.
I hate exercise.
I'll walk. I go on a lot of walks.
I do too.
I like that, but that's about it. And like kicking every now and then.
Yeah. I ran the Honolulu Marathon last year.
See, I've never done a marathon.
I literally only did it because I was like, I'm 35 or I'm turning 35 at the time. And I feel my body getting older. And I was like, there's no other time I'll be able to do it.
Okay. Wait, why the Honolulu one?
Because I set it as a New Year's resolution that by the end of the year, and it was like the last marathon in the country chronologically.
Wow.
So it was like December 10th.
Cool. Okay.
And, it was very pretty.
Yeah.
You're like running
That's
along.
Probably a beautiful place to do a marathon.
It was great, but you are fighting the humidity.
Okay.
Like kind of like crazy. One and done. Not doing another one. I barely
ever. Here's like
another marathon.
Yeah.
I don't want to do another one.
Okay. I'm all right.
I got a medal for it, and I was like, great.
Beautiful.
Confirmed I've done one.
Yeah. Like I'm done. I'm done with this. Okay. You're like, so it's not. You were not really a fan of it.
No.
All right.
Well,
no, I'm definitely never doing.
I hated it.
All right.
But I loved the feeling of accomplishment.
I like that review just as much as the original Pancake House
Don't
review.
do it.
Don't do it. Marathon review. It sucks.
Yeah.
0 out of 10.
I'd say 2.5 out of 10 just for the endorphin rush you get when you finish.
And the scenery of Honolulu, I'm assuming.
And that added another like 2 points to it.
And at the very end, they just give you a bunch of spam.
They give you a malasada.
What's that?
Which is like a Hawaiian native donut.
That sounds delicious.
I think it's Hawaiian. But yeah, it's like a filled puff pastry, basically.
Okay.
That is like it's donutty in texture. You can get like a chocolate filling. You can get a guava.
Whoa.
You can get like a coconut or a cinnamon.
There was a few pancakes at the original Pancake House that had tropical syrup. I was very intrigued by those.
Yeah, there was like a pineapple pancake that has tropical syrup.
There was a few of them that were like, that sounded delicious.
Was tropical.
Tropical syrup.
Yeah.
Which is just, cane sugar
bougie.
It's not I don't know. It's probably
It's
not
from the islands.
Yeah, it's authentic. No, it's probably not at all.
Yeah. Throughout history, pancakes have been associated with the working class due to their simplicity and quick preparation. They have served as a staple food for miners, lumberjacks, cowboys, and urban workers, providing filling sustenance for labor-intensive activities.
I think it's one of those foods that transcends the class barrier.
Yeah.
Because I think everybody eats pancakes.
Sure.
It doesn't seem to be like one of those things that like only poor people eat or only wealthy people eat. Like everyone eats pancakes.
But it looks different. A poor person downing a pancake is not the same as a wealthy.
Yeah, that's true.
They are different experiences.
There's a different urgency to the eater eating of it.
Yeah. During the late Victorian era, English citizens occasionally ate caviar pancakes as part of
Okay, that's different.
the savory
for sure.
course.
Yeah, it's not
Literally
like
right
poor
after
people
your
are
classes
not
of
eating
comment.
caviar cakes. That's not a thing at all. Are you enjoying your salmon cake? Your lobster cake?
Sounds
No,
horrible.
It does.
Crab cakes, though.
That's true.
Crab cakes are fire.
Crab cakes.
Many cultures enjoy their local variety of pancake before gatherings. In Ethiopia and parts of Somalia, injera, I think is how it's pronounced,
Okay. Yeah, I know what that is.
served at weddings, birthday parties, and family gatherings.
Have you had that?
Uh-uh.
It's really good.
I've never heard of it.
It's really tasty.
It is made using teff flour, which is ground up from a local cereal grain.
Is it what Ethiopian like bread, right?
Yeah, Ethiopian and Somalian.
Very kind of crepey. The texture's really interesting. I've never had bread like it before. I think it's phenomenal.
Other cultures' breads are almost always such like an epiphany when you have them. You're like, oh, we all do this so different.
Yes.
But the common thing is like, just bread is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't because when it was described to me, the injera bread, I was like, that sounds gross because it's like spongy and stuff. And I was like, that's going to be nasty. But I loved it.
Really?
It's so good.
I will seek some out.
Please do.
It wasn't this, but there was an Ethiopian food place I tried last year at the LA County Fair that was, it was like samosas almost,
Okay.
but it was like an Ethiopian booth, like stand selling like meat-filled
Yeah.
pastries.
Savory, like pie sort of things.
Very tasty.
Meat pies.
One of the few things I had at the fair that I would be like, it was good and didn't feel like it would kill me.
Yeah. Because if fairs are not, I'm not going there for a health kick. Like, you're not,
But like, if you're going there to try as many different things like I was,
yeah.
boy, does it wear on
Of
you. Buddy.
course.
I thought I was,
Like, oh, God.
I thought the county fair was trying to kill me. Sorry, I just feel like there's mileage to be gotten out of staring down the barrel of the lens as Shrek.
I get it.
Yeah.
Especially when you're accusing the fair of murder, attempted murder.
Yeah.
Getting the point across.
They wanted me out of their swamp.
They wanted to kill me. And also,
You
the
sounded
county
like
fair.
Bane just there.
I sound like Bane?
Yeah.
They wanted to kill me. They wanted to kill me at the county fair.
Yeah.
And also, the county fair, you could run into a Smash Mouth band playing, which did the song for Shrek. So
They
that
did
also
All-Star
comes,
and Believer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very Smash Mouth heavy soundtrack.
They bookended Shrek.
They did.
Yeah.
They opened and closed that MF. It was beautiful. Thank you, Smash Mouth, for your
Probably did a
contributions to the
post-credit
arts.
encore that I didn't stick around for.
Probably. Yeah, the
Yeah.
after credit sequence is like, Smash Mouth.
Walking on the sun.
Yeah,
Like,
Smash Mouth will be back.
their
in Shrek
third song.
2.
They were, right?
I don't think so.
Were they not?
It might have ended
Mattea.
with the first one.
Did Smash Mouth play Shrek 2 at all? Were there any Smash Mouth songs? You've seen Shrek 2 a bunch, right?
So, let me see.
That's so sad because they were such a big part of the
Accidentally
first one.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's pertinent.
This is pertinent
We
info.
need to know.
No Smash Mouth.
Whoa, they got
Smash Mouth will not be back in Shrek
That ain't
2.
right. That ain't right. I guess that was even the first one was towards the end of their like reign of greatness.
Reign of Fire.
Because like I remember they were in like 3 movies in like 1999, and then because Shrek the first one is
Shrek was
2001,
Yeah.
so that's like kind of
My first kiss was during Shrek.
what?
Can we? Do you want to talk about this? Do you want to?
Yeah.
You want to hear the story of
This
my
is
first kiss?
huge.
So,
So this is bringing back a lot of memories.
yeah.
This is incredible, dude.
fully
He's
Shrek.
been horny as hell this whole podcast.
So my first kiss was a girl who definitely wore the pants in our relationship. She was my
Okay.
first girlfriend. I was not her first boyfriend.
Uh-oh.
So, an experienced woman.
Oh shit. Okay.
I was 12. She was also 12.
But she had like 13-year-old experience.
And so it's like the scene where it's nighttime and Fiona's
Uh-huh.
locked herself to not be seen as like, we don't want to reveal her ogre form yet.
Mm-hmm.
And this girl who I'll keep her anonymous. Don't want to blow up her spot, I think was expecting me to make a move throughout this movie.
In Shrek?
I don't
It's like, why isn't he?
It was our first date after becoming
Wow.
officially boyfriend and
Gotcha.
girlfriend. We went to
Okay.
see Shrek.
Okay.
And we get to the 3/4 or 2/3 point in the movie. It's like end of act 2.
And you had never kissed anyone at this point?
No, never.
Wow, this is awesome.
And so
I'm on the edge of my seat here.
yeah, and we're like holding hands, but like even that was like kind of a bold move for me, and she initiated.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So for you, that's like I'm at second base right now. Oh man, dude.
She leans over, just envelops my mouth, and just starts like licking back and forth.
That's how you do it initially. Yeah.
Yeah. There was no, and I did nothing.
What? So you're just
I just went.
What? Not even like open your mouth or nothing?
No, I just received it.
Hell?
Yeah, look.
So she just like
basically she applied chapstick to me.
What the hell?
And then
wow, because you're like, I'm invested in this motion picture. Have some respect for the art form.
Jesus,
good Lord.
DreamWorks is really breaking out here. We're seeing a star
I'm waiting
being
for this
made.
Fiona reveal.
Yeah,
and you're trying to get some fucking tongue action. Come on.
Yeah. And so a week later, she invited me over to her house.
An entire week goes by.
Well, we had school.
Face licking.
Weekends.
Okay.
And, I still had class. I had 7 out of 8 classes with her.
What?
Yeah.
That's unheard of.
It's like when you end up with someone out of circumstance.
That's crazy.
Yeah. The next weekend, she invites me over and she's like, do you want to try this again? And I was like, yeah, very much, please. And she's like, are you going to do anything? I was like, yeah. And then I actually like kissed her back.
There we go.
And then it was just both of us going, ah.
Do you remember that film?
I don't know if it was to a movie.
Oh, what?
I just like went over and we just sat on the couch and made out.
Well, that's, yeah. She was like, I'm not even going to try. I'm not going to put a movie on because this guy gets too emotionally invested.
I'm so invested in Shrek that I'm dressing as him 23 years later.
Man, that's wild as hell.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even call that your first kiss because you didn't do nothing back.
I don't know if that's the bar.
Man. No, you got assaulted basically. Because you're like, I'm not reciprocating this. I don't know if this is okay. Was it at a movie theater?
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
In Indonesia, serabi kuah pancakes feature a vibrant green hue from coconut milk and pandan flavoring.
Sounds good.
Showcasing the unique ingredients and flavors of the region. That does sound good.
That does sound good.
In the Netherlands, pannenkoeken are... How would you say that?
What is it? Pannenkoeken.
Pannenkoeken are enjoyed throughout the day, akin to Korea's, buchimgai, while farinata, a chickpea flour flat cake, serves as an appetizer in Liguria, Italy, known as sacca in France.
Ooh.
The origins of farinata are steeped in legend, while tales suggesting its accidental creation during a storm in the 13th century when jars of pureed chickpeas spilled and cooked in the sun.
What a happy accident.
Providing sustenance for surviving sailors.
Almost sounds like something would happen in like a cartoon. Like, whoopsie, whoa!
And like a plot point you don't buy.
Yeah.
You're like,
that would have never happened. It's like, no, that's a true story that they turned into a cartoon tale.
Yeah. Across cultures, pancakes hold a special place not only as a culinary delight, but also as a symbol of resilience and innovation in the face of adversity.
Oh, pancakes.
Praise be to pancakes. And that'll do it for this week's Eat Deets. All right, Chad, we've covered the history of the original Pancake House. We have a review to give of this place, but before we do, I want to go to Yelp and see what other people are saying about the original Pancake House in this week's Yelp from Strangers.
We need a little Yelp, a little Yelp from strangers. A 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4 or 5. So get a little Yelp, a little Yelp from strangers. A little Yelp. Give us those complaints while you literally whine and die. Yelp!
All right, this is Yelp from Strangers, our segment where we turn to Yelp and read out our favorite 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5-star Yelp reviews of the very restaurant that we dined at. Chad, do you mind if I get us kicked off?
Absolutely.
5-star review.
I'm going to start with a 5-star review.
5 stars. Okay.
And I have a very specific reason for this, because they have somehow managed to praise the restaurant and shit on other people.
Uh-oh.
And I ended up doing a deep dive on this Yelper.
Okay.
So this is from Marie V. from Whittier, California, September 30th, 2015.
Okay.
5 stars. Delish. To see horrible service at all is laughable and couldn't be more off point. This staff is so friendly and helpful, not only to myself and family, but to each other.
How did she know that?
She was there a while.
Yeah, I was there for weeks at a time.
I was a documentarian.
Yeah.
I was blown away by our bubbly server, Court.
Court?
They all looked like a family, and they're all clearly happy to be there. So do the rest of us a favor, negative Nancys. Do not go hungry, then nitpick over dumb things.
Smart.
Like, she's mad that anyone else has ever given a critical
very
review.
upset that anyone would not like the place.
You have been warned there is a wait sometimes, but that it is worth it. Not really a good reason to dock stars because they are busy and doing well, LOL. Look, you don't know what's coming. I do.
Okay.
There's such a chip on her shoulder that, like,
obviously,
this is insane.
It's a personal thing.
Yeah.
For sure.
If you don't want / can't afford a $2 sign price rating plus tip, as clearly indicated above, out of $4 signs, go to somewhere cheaper or realize you don't have enough funds this week to go out and dine.
Yeah, you poor piece of shit.
She's like just kicking the under-earners of our society. Remember, you're paying for outstanding service and fresh made-to-order food. I personally got that each time so far, and so has everyone I've spoken with. I love the German pancake and 49 flapjacks. Oh, and that bacon? Yum, yum. Some of these Yelpers shared that they can cook better at home. Haha, please do so. We can enjoy the homey atmosphere and not your crappy outlook / bad day broke ass attitude.
Holy Lord.
Yeah,
this is really personal.
She hates the poor and she hates people who have anything negative to say.
Yes.
LOL, go through a drive-through, breakfast losers. Real foodies love and appreciate Whittier's best breakfast spot. Enough said. Much love, OPH Whittier. See you again next week.
I love the Stan Lee. Enough said.
Enough said.
Wow.
Marie V, 5 stars. Now, you'll notice Marie V has only ever written 2 Yelp reviews.
I see that.
I clicked on her account to see what the other one was.
Yeah.
It was a 5-star review of Black Bear Diner.
Oh, man. Okay.
And their waitress was Court.
Oh, what?
8 years later.
This is 8 years later in 2023?
2023. So I think
Court
they're just
moved from the OPH.
I think this is just like an inside
friend.
job from like a parent or a relative or a friend of Court.
Yep. Absolutely. 100%.
And they got so aggro.
Maybe there was like a negative review about Court. And Court was like...
But they didn't single that person out. They weren't like, Court's the best and anyone who says otherwise is a piece of shit.
How did they mention?
She took issue to people
they
cooking
did. They said,
bacon
I was
themselves.
blown away by our bubbly server Court. So it's definitely
She's pro-Court, but she
Court.
didn't go negative against people who were anti-Court is what I'm saying.
Gotcha. Okay.
But she did go real negative against a bunch of different positions people might have. So anyways.
I think, Court for sure was like, write a good review. And if you bring me up, maybe bubbly would be a good word.
And punch down a little while you do it.
And also make fun of the poors.
If someone can't afford this place fully, let's make them feel real bad.
Absolutely. If they can't afford OPH or Black Bear Diner, then get out of Whittier.
4-star review.
I'm going to do a 4-star review from Brandon D, who's a far more seasoned reviewer than Marie V. Does this mean he's got 100
reviews, 157 photos uploaded, and
Wow.
37 friends on Yelp?
And he includes 2 photos. One of them is the mug, which is beautiful. Honestly, I would have bought it. I'm not going to lie. It was a beautiful mug.
Yeah.
And then he got a picture
Much
of a
like
Western.
this beautiful mug.
It is. And if I could get that mug
face.
in green, I'm getting it in green to match the Shrek face.
Yeah.
Picture of a Western style omelet. This is a 4-star review. Brandon D says, I've been wanting to come here for a very long time. Finally decided that today was the day. Workers were really friendly, maybe Court, and the menu was full of really good choices to choose from. I agree with that.
Yeah.
First things first. Coffee was served in a really cool coffee mug, personally speaking. I like the mugs because I feel it keeps the coffee hot due to its shape. Very specific. I know it sounds weird, but just my opinion. It does sound a little
literally
weird,
that's my favorite part of the review is just like, look, this mug keeps the coffee warm because of this science that I'm saying is my opinion.
This ergonomic opinion.
Let me have this opinion. on how heat traps.
Yes.
Yeah.
I ordered the Western omelet and buttermilk pancakes. The wife ordered the Swedish pancakes.
That's her role.
The wife.
She is the wife.
The wife.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. The omelet was huge. I didn't realize it was 4 eggs, but I took it on like a champ. Good for you, Brandon. He's reviewing himself.
Like, this sounds like he had to like brace himself, crack his neck.
I ain't no wimp.
Do some stretches, some pre-marathon stretches.
Yeah, dude. That's his marathon, is the OPH. The presentation of the omelet was beautiful. I had to take a picture. The only problem I had, the problem I've been seeing in a lot of places these days is, why do restaurants only give you a knife and fork? I ordered coffee. How do I stir my sugar and creamer in? That's true. What? Where's the? I actually never got a spoon. They gave me a little wooden stick. But that did the trick. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to do what Brandon does. Or what about iced tea? I might need to add sugar. Come on, guys. So what I've been having to do is use the knife. Like what?
It works.
Come on.
What? It works. I don't know.
Anyhow, the prices are good, and I'd like to come back again soon. Food was delicious. So I'm assuming the 1 star he knocked off
was the lack of a spoon.
Which is a crazy move.
Yeah.
I wouldn't knock off an entire star because of that.
And
they gave me a stick.
But Brandon D has faux science in his blood.
He really does. Dude, he's like, if I use a stick, it's not going to be as hot.
Just my opinion.
Just my opinion. But,
yeah.
So Brandon D still loved it, though. He said the food was delicious.
Yeah. You can go download our full Yelp from Strangers segment at our Patreon. The link for that is in the description of this episode, or you can go to patreon.com/finediningpodcast. And we're now offering a 1-week free trial, so what do you have to lose? Go check it out. People have wild opinions, and we get to read oh so many of them. Thanks. All right, Chad, well, we've covered other people's Yelp reviews. We're going to review the place next week.
Good.
1 week's time, you're going to hear what we thought of the original Pancake House. Thanks so much for joining and coming on the podcast.
You're welcome.
Do you have anything you want to plug?
Social media, just me at Chad Opitz on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all those things.
Yeah.
At
Awesome.
Chad Opitz, just my name.
Great. Well, thanks for coming on.
Thank you. This has been fun.
Hang tight. Sit here for 1 week's time. And we'll get back to it. But in the meantime, we're just going to be waiting on our table.
Excellent. See you in a week.
Have a fine day.
Waiting on our table, the step is done and we had some fun. Now we're waiting on our table. Join us next time, we're stuck in line. Waiting on our table. We're so hungry, tummy's grumbling. Waiting on our table. We gotta continue our search for mediocrity.
Have a fine day.